Assalamu alaikum. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, I bear witness that there is no God but Allah, and that Muhammad is his messenger. I greet you in the greeting words of peace. We say it in the Arabic language of our forefathers. Assalamu alaikum, peace be unto you. Maybe you can help me out. One of the challenges that I have in spreading the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and raising a flag in a city where there is none is the DIEHARD Christian. Why is the DIEHARD Christian a challenge? It is because their minds have been fixed, programmed, attenuated to the acceptance of a white God, a white Jesus, white prophets, white messengers of God, white angels. And even though we bring the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, which is the proof otherwise, from their own book, King James Version of the Bible, they still struggle with the idea of a black God, black angels, black prophets and messengers, and the time in which we live and what must be done. This is the DIEHARD Christian. I'm talking about those who, I'm out in the streets with the final call. They're out in the streets with their microphones and speakers talking about Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior, those kind of folk. So my challenge is getting them to understand their own book. But arrogance doesn't allow for correction because they feel they know the book better, and because they take the book word for word. They don't have the innate capacity to separate prophecy from parable, right? They don't know metaphors from messages. And so I'm very, very careful with this because I don't want to spend too much time wasting it in theological debate. There are a lot more people out here that don't know the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, know that they don't know the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, but would like to know. There are a lot of people out here that don't know the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and if they could come to terms with the truth, then perhaps I would be a lot more successful in proselytizing my faith. But at the same time, I want to so badly convert the DIEHARD Christian, but I also recognize, you can't save everybody. Can't save everyone. Not everyone's gonna latch on to. So I do focus on meeting those who don't know and know they don't know, and those who would like to know, than those who don't even want to know and they know they don't know. And that's what I find in the DIEHARD Christian. They don't know, they know they don't know, and they don't want to know. Now, what does that all really mean? Here we are, as followers of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, inviting you to the mosque, inviting you to the study group. Come in, come, learn, compare these teachings with the teachings that you already know, and you'll be able to come to a decision. But they would never, ever invite me to their houses of worship. Do you know why? Because the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad's minister Farrakhan would shake the room. It would shake the room. And they don't want to take that risk. They won't bring me before their scholars. They won't bring me before their priests and pastors because they just don't want that kind of disruption to their faith. Well, here's the thing, brother. If you have the true teaching of Jesus the Christ, then the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad should be no threat to you, even if the theological differences were non-existent. You should have nothing to worry about. What are you afraid of? Here's what you're afraid of. You're afraid that the truth might find a repository in the hearts of those that are sitting in the pews. You're afraid that the truth might find a repository in the hearts of those that lead the flock. And you are afraid because the Nation of Islam is the only group of black people that have taken on Satan, exposed Satan. Okay? We know who the synagogue of Satan is run by and who its members are. And we make that known. And it frightens you because you love white people. And you love them because you are afraid of them. You're afraid of what they would say about you. You're afraid of what they would do to you if you go against the institutions that have shaped your mind to think of them as who they are not. And they are not the people of God. They just aren't. They've enslaved the people of God, right? They've taken the people of God and given you wine, strong drink, strange meat, and a strange theology that has you indirectly worshiping them, thinking you're worshiping God. And that's a challenge for me because to break that stranglehold, it's not a chain of metal, but it is a chain around your thinking that doesn't allow for you to ask, doesn't allow for you to challenge, doesn't allow for you to reflect. You just take everything on face value and it makes you look stupid. You're like a donkey carrying books on your back. And when you speak, it's like the braying of an ass. But the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad's Minister Farrakhan have prevailed in this world. And it's just the few of you that I meet in the city, you diehards that just can't snap out of it. And I feel bad for you because honestly and truly, I'm just about to leave you alone. I'm really not going to waste any more time trying to get you to understand. And this also comes with a warning. On social media, don't be coming on my page snapping off on who Jesus is and who isn't. Don't do that. Don't do that. You come on my page, you be respectful. As long as you don't disrespect us, you won't have a problem with us. But don't come on our pages. Don't come up to us in public fronting like you're going to do something about it. We are Muhammad's men. Please, don't do that. But in closing, I want you to know you're my brother. And I love you, brother. And it is out of that love that I've taken the time to sit with you, to talk with you, to share with you Messenger Muhammad's teachings under the leadership of Louis Farrakhan. All right? May God bless you with the light of his understanding as I leave you in the greeting words of peace and paradise. We say it in the Arabic language of our forefathers. Assalamu alaikum, peace be unto you.